What's up, guys? Hopefully, you're all doing well, having a good day, or had a good day, should I say. So, today's video is going to be talking about Mr. Johnathan Joly. To be honest, I don't know what to say. I mean, I think the thing that's become, cause for concern, I think, is more the thumbnails that he's using. I mean, obviously, it's not so much that he's exploiting his kids, and I mean, yeah, that's bad enough. But it's more the thumbnails that he's using, because I think we all know that the thumbnails that he's using for his videos are really, really inappropriate and really, really disgusting. To be honest, they're borderline disturbing. To think of it. I think, the good thing is nowadays, I think, more and more people are starting to wake up and, starting to see that what he's doing is wrong. There are a couple of people who commented on the vlog yesterday and asked him to stop using the thumbnails that he's using because they were a bit inappropriate. Um, which I don't think they were doing anything wrong by kind of telling him to stop using or asking him to stop using these thumbnails. Because at the end of the day, I think he does need to be honest. I mean, let's look at yesterday's video, for yesterday's vlog that he uploaded, for example. Now, I didn't really watch it, but I gathered from the thumbnail and the title of the vlog, and obviously the title of the vlog was Amelia getting a job. So the vlog was obviously about Amelia getting a job, fair enough. So why, if the vlog was about Johnathan, it was about Amelia getting a job, did Johnathan have Alessia in the thumbnail with her mouth and legs wide open? There was no need for him to have Alessia in the thumbnail. If it was about Amelia getting a job, or whatever, there was no need whatsoever for him to have Alessia in the thumbnail with her mouth and lips wide open. It's just really, really inappropriate. And this is the sort of thumbnails that he's using. I mean, do people not think it's weird that he's using thumbnails like that for his videos? Thumbnails that he knows will attract a certain audience. I think we all know, at the end of the day, it's become very clear what Johnathan is. People don't need to tell me, they don't need to tell me anything. I do feel sorry for the kids having to put up with him as a father, because he ain't that great father. That's for sure. The five other ways to stop me just holding Joly is that the kids are forced to do the videos a bit, As people will always say, oh, the kids are never forced to do the videos, but how do people know that? Because we don't know, people don't know what goes on behind closed doors. People don't know what's said to kids behind closed doors. So how can you say with all certainty that, or with 100% certainty, that the kids are not being forced to do the videos? Because they very well could be. Yeah. I mean, the thing that really kind of, I think, is very questionable is the fact that Johnathan is doing these sorts of things, using these kind of thumbnails for his videos, and Anna is just turning a blind eye to it. She's not doing anything about it. She should be putting a stop to it. She's the one that, who has a mother, should actually be telling him to stop using thumbnails like that, because it is really disgusting. And he's not, as I said, he's not an idiot. I've said this before, maybe in previous videos. I've done about this. I've said, he's not an idiot. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he does know exactly what he's doing. Of course he knows what he's doing. He's not an idiot. He knows that the thumbnails he's using will attract a certain type of audience, and will obviously entice a certain type of audience. You don't have to tell me otherwise. Because we all know that's what he's trying to do. I think at the end of the day, it's purely intentional. I mean, I already in him out quite a lot, and a lot of the time. But at least they don't, when they upload vlogs, they're not really uploading, they're not using the sort of thumbnails that Jono himself is using for his videos. You know, you don't see one of the girls, you don't see thumb and then using thumbnails with the girls in the thumbnails with their mouths wide, with their mouths and lips wide open. You know, which is what the thumbnail, which is the sort of thumbnail that Johnathan was using yesterday. It was a video about Amelia getting a job, and it's got Alessia in the thumbnail with her mouth and lips wide open. I don't understand why he felt the need to do that. Why he felt the need to have Alessia in the thumbnail with her mouth and lips wide open. It was just incredibly disgusting. And the fact that basically what he's doing is he's pedo baiting his kids. That is what he's doing. He's basically making his kids, pedo eye candy. You know, and I'm not going to apologise for saying that, but it's true that is basically the gist of what he's doing. Is he's basically making his kids pedo eye candy. And I honestly don't get how people can't see that. If you'd have to be an idiot to not be able to see that, you'd have to be a moron to not be able to see what he's doing. You know, we can all see what he's doing. We all know that it's wrong. We all know that he shouldn't be using the sort of thumbnails that he's using for his videos. You know, that goes without saying. You know, if I was a parent, I certainly wouldn't think it was okay and acceptable to be using thumbnails like that. I mean, Alessia's what, 7 years old, so he doesn't really need to be using thumbnails where she's got her mouth and legs wide open. Like, it's just not appropriate. It really isn't. And it's disturbing that he would, you know, this is what is so disturbing is the fact that he as a father thinks it's perfectly fine and okay to be using thumbnails like that for his videos, because the reality of the situation is it's not okay, it's not acceptable for him to be using thumbnails like that. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, you know, if he wasn't using thumbnails like that, you know, if he was using thumbnails that were more appropriate, I personally wouldn't have a problem. Now, I would actually, you know, try to, you know, be a bit, you know, try to be a bit fairer. But why should I be fair towards him when he's using thumbnails that are absolutely fucking disgusting and insanely disturbing? You know, this is the thing. It is insanely disturbing that he's using thumbnails like that. You know, that it's like, why did he? And this is what doesn't make sense to me. The video that he put out yesterday was about Amelia getting a job. So why did he need to have Alessia in the thumbnail with her mouth and legs wide open? Where was the need for that? What reason did he have for having Alessia in that thumbnail with her mouth and legs wide open? He knows exactly what he's doing when he does things like that. You know, and I think we all know that he's doing it deliberately, because he knows that if he does things like that, people will him out for it, and I think he does want that. I actually think he wants people to want him out for this. You know, and I am glad that there were, you know, a couple of people who commented on yesterday's vlog and said, you know, can you stop with these thumbnails? You know, it's not a bad thing. I don't think it's wrong that people, you know, have asked him to stop using these thumbnails and have warned him to be careful, you know, about using thumbnails like that, because people, you know, let's be honest, I think the unfortunate thing is he won't take any notice. I mean, look at the other month, right, when they went to Barbados. There were multiple YouTube shorts, and he uploaded a YouTube short that where Alessia was wearing Alessia was basically wearing a bikini in the video. And there were a lot of people that did comment on that video saying that he shouldn't be showing his 7-year-old his child like that on the internet, saying that it wasn't really appropriate and that he needed to be careful. And what did he do? About 3 or 4 days later, he uploaded another YouTube short that again had Alessia in a bikini. When people had actually been commenting on the video on the YouTube short a few days prior, telling him not to show his child like that. But he didn't. Obviously, he chose to ignore what people were telling him and chose to show his child. Basically, every time he chose to show his child like that in another YouTube short when people had actually warned him not to do that. You know, and this is why people are wasting their time, because, you know, yeah, people will tell him and ask him not to use thumbnails like that, but the people really think he's gonna take any notice. This is not. he ain't gonna take any notice of that, even, but, like, when people tell him not to do something, he'll keep on doing it. I mean, how many times were Anna and Johnathan told just not to show the store logo and the name of his store in their videos? And they kept on doing that, despite the fact that people kept repeatedly telling them not to do that. They were continuously doing that. It goes to show that they don't really give a fuck. Even when people tell them not to do something, they will keep on doing it because they don't think they're doing anything wrong. And this is why Johnathan does what he does, because he doesn't think that he's doing anything wrong by using thumbnails like that. He doesn't think he's doing anything wrong by having his 7-year-old child and, well, basically, the youngest of his 3 daughters in the thumbnail with her mouth and legs wide open. How can he not think that's wrong? How can he not see how bad that is? And how, of course people are gonna look at that and think it's wrong. I don't think people are looking at the thumbnails in an inappropriate way, and I don't, I don't think, anyone should be accused of that. I don't think it would really be fair to accuse anybody of looking at the thumbnails in an inappropriate way, because nobody's really doing that. It is just insanely disturbing what he's doing, and the fact that, but as I said, I'm more kind of pissed off with the fact that Anna is basically allowing him to do what he's doing, and Anna's basically letting him do it when she should actually be putting a stop to it. She shouldn't be so okay with the fact that her husband is using thumbnails like that, because at the end of the day, there's nothing really right or appropriate about that. There just isn't at the end of the day. And I know that people are going to come at me for saying this, and I don't know, I might get a few negative comments, but I don't really care, because this had to be said. This really did have to be said. Why do you have your child in a thumbnail with her mouth and legs wide open? And the fact, this is the thing, right? This is the saddest thing, is that when you look at Johnathan's channel, the thing that always really stands out about his videos is the thumbnails that he's using. Because every video he uploads has a really disgusting, inappropriate, and absolutely revolting thumbnail. And as I said, I know I go after the imps a lot, but at least they don't keep. At least they're not using. Well, they're not constantly using the sort of thumbnails the sort of thumbnails that Johnathan is using for his videos. As at the end of the day, there's absolutely, the reason why I'm saying here is that there is absolutely no reason whatsoever for Johnathan to be using these kind of thumbnails for his videos. He has no reason to use these kind of thumbnails. But we all know what his intentions are. We all know why he's using his thumbnails. We all know what he's trying to do with that. It's not hard to see what that man is trying to do. You would have to be an idiot to not be able to see what he's trying to do. It's very clear to see what he's trying to do. You don't have to be a moron to be able to see that. You don't have to be a moron to be able to see that he's basically using his kids to try and attract and appeal to child predators and pedos on the internet. You would have to be a moron to not see that he's trying to do that, which is exactly what he is trying to do. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't want to, sound harsh, but he just needs to stop using these thumbnails. But I think at the end of the day, I don't think it's any good coming from any of us, because he ain't gonna listen to any of us. Which is why the authorities need to get involved. I was reading the Tattle Live forums earlier on, as I do read the Only Joly Tattle forums, and there are people on there saying that Johnathan needs arresting, and I looked at that and I thought to myself, but the problem is, I don't think that Johnathan is really doing anything that is a criminal offence. I mean, yeah, we all know it's inappropriate that he's using thumbnails like that, but he's hardly breaking the law. He's hardly, what he's doing is hardly a criminal offence. Or hardly warrants him being arrested. And that is the problem. he ain't committing a criminal offence by using thumbnails like this. He ain't doing any, he's not breaking the law. So why would the police arrest him? Because he's not committing a crime. He's not doing anything wrong. That's why YouTube, there's no point even reporting the thumbnails to YouTube because they won't do anything about it. Because let's face it, he's not showing his child naked or anything in the thumbnails. He's not showing the children. I mean, yeah, they are. I mean, the thing is, right? I mean, even if he was to report him to social services for this, they would probably say that you were the one in the wrong because of the way that you're looking at the thumbnails. They wouldn't say that he's the one in the wrong. They would say that you're the one in the wrong because of the way that you're looking at the thumbnails. As we all feel that my viewpoint on it is that we all feel that the thumbnails are inappropriate and we all know that. But my feeling on it is that if social services were to look at the sort of thumbnails that he's using for his videos, they wouldn't see anything wrong with it. They wouldn't see why people think they're inappropriate. They wouldn't see anything wrong with the fact that he's using thumbnails like that. They wouldn't think there's any real concern there. But I don't know how anybody can look at that and look at the fact that he's uploading the video and he's got his 7-year-old child in the thumbnail with her mouth and legs wide open, and that go, well, that's absolutely fine. It's absolutely okay for him to be using thumbnails like that. That's what really pisses. That's why I really get pissed off when people are constantly trying to defend Johnathan. I'm getting sick of seeing comments on his YouTube videos, on his TikTok videos, from people saying, "Oh, he's such a great dad. He's such a brilliant dad. Such an awesome dad." As we all know, he isn't. That's absolute bullshit. The guy is a fucking. These people are basically defending a fucking pervert and a child predator. That's what the situation is. People are basically defending a flipping child predator and a pervert. And that really is shameful and pathetic to defend someone like that. To defend someone who's using thumbnails that are borderline fucking disgusting and extremely fucking inappropriate. This is what I'm saying. There was absolutely zero fucking need whatsoever for him to have his 7-year-old child in the thumbnail with her fucking mouth and legs wide open. There was no need for that whatsoever. Do people not think there's something fucking seriously messed up with that? The fact that he's using thumbnails like that for his YouTube videos? Do people really not see anything wrong with that? Because that's insanely fucking creepy. I mean, let's face it, the video was about Amelia getting a job. So why the fuck was Alessia in the thumbnail with her mouth and legs wide open? I would love someone to explain that to me, because that's the one thing that doesn't make any fucking sense. Is if the video was about Amelia getting a job, why the fuck was Alessia in the thumbnail with her mouth and legs wide open? So if somebody could explain that to me, I'd be very grateful for that. It's not hard to fucking see what he's trying to do. We can all see it. We can all see exactly what he's trying to do. It's not that fucking hard to see it. It's not, it's not hard to see what Johnathan for whom what he really fucking is. That's staring people right in the fucking face. How can they not see that? How can they not see something that's staring them right in the fucking face? Seriously, come on. How can people not see something that's staring them right in the fucking face? We all know what Johnathan is. It's staring us right in the face. The guy has fucking creeping child predator written all over his fucking face. He knows exactly what he's doing. Which is why I'm saying that people need to fucking report him. But then again, I don't even think reporting him would solve anything because, as I said, if social services looked at the thumbnails he's using, they probably wouldn't see anything wrong with them. That's the sad thing about this, is we can all see something wrong. We can all see that the thumbnails he's using are not appropriate. But I don't think social services would have that same viewpoint. I don't think social services would look at the thumbnails and go, well, they're inappropriate. I think social services would look at the thumbnails and go, well, there's nothing wrong with it. That is what the issue is. We all know it's wrong, but I don't think they would see it like that. I don't think social services would think he was doing anything wrong. Which is why I'm a bit kind of on the fence as to whether it would be actually a good idea to report him, because I don't think that would, as I said, I don't think that would necessarily solve anything, or they would. I don't think social services would necessarily do anything. We all think that there's reasonable grounds for him to be being investigated and for him to be being looked into, but you know, it's a difficult one. I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen to the kids. I just want someone to put a stop to what Johnathan is doing. I just want someone to really, have a serious conversation with him about what he's doing, the thumbnails he's using, the way that he's putting his hits out there on the internet. I mean, we are talking about a guy who, obviously, on the Stacey Dooley documentary, basically said that he wouldn't have a problem if pedos and child predators watching videos of his kids. He wouldn't necessarily think there was an issue with that. That says it all. The fact that he basically sat there on the documentary and went, "Oh well, I don't think there'd necessarily be anything wrong with child predators and paedophiles watching videos of my kids." That says a lot about what sort of man he is when he's coming out with things like that. When he's actually saying things like that in the documentary. You don't need to prove it. It doesn't need to prove it to me any more than it already has been. He's a fucking child room. He's not a child room, maybe he's a fucking child predator. And he's basically, what he's basically doing is he's basically giving his hits to nonsense on a plate. That is what he's doing. He's serving his hits up to nonsense. Let's face it, right? If you're a child predator, a pervert, or a paedophile, you're very well hated for on Johnathan's channel. Really, that's the sad thing here. That's the sad thing about it. His child predators, perverts, and paedophiles are very well hated for on his channel. How can people not see that he's catering for that sort of an audience? That's exactly what he's doing. He's catering for those kind of audiences. The guy is a fucking knob head. Yeah, he's a fucking knobhead. But you've also got to blame Anna. She should be putting a stop to this, and she isn't. She's basically letting him do this. She's basically letting him use thumbnails like this, and she shouldn't be doing that. She should be putting a stop to it, saying, mate, you need to stop with these thumbnails. You need to stop doing this. That is what she as a mother should be doing. But she ain't even got the decency to do that. She obviously doesn't see anything wrong with the fact that her pervert of a husband has uploaded a video and has a 7-year-old daughter in a fucking thumbnail with her mouth and lips wide open. How can people look at that and not see anything fucking wrong with that? That is seriously fucking messed up. I mean, I honestly don't know what else to say. I'm not trying to get angry with this, but I'm just saying that this needs to stop. He needs to stop. But he obviously ain't gonna stop. He obviously ain't gonna stop unless someone has a serious word with him. Not one of us, of course, but someone within a position of authority. He will only stop doing what he's doing when somebody within a position of authority has a serious fucking pays him a visit, and has a serious fucking chat with him. And that's what they need to be doing. I hate to say it, but mark my words. When those kids get older, there's going to be a lot of dark stuff coming out about that family. There's going to be a lot of dark stuff coming out about what goes on behind closed doors. Mark my words. Fuck me. I mean, seriously. I would never trust Johnathan as far as I could throw him. He's really not someone to be trusted as far as I'm concerned. These thumbnails really prove to me what sort of man he is. I mean, you go onto his channel and actually try and find a video that doesn't have an inappropriate thumbnail. Oh my god. What is he doing? What is wrong with the guy? Why is he using a thumbnail? Why does he have his 7-year-old child in a fucking thumbnail with her mouth and lips wide open? What sort of fucking pervert does that? What sort of fucking pervert is he? What fucking decent parent would do something like that? Have their 7-year-old child in a thumbnail with her mouth and lips wide open when they don't need to do that? It was a video about Amelia getting a job. So why on God's fucking earth did he have Alessia in a thumbnail with her mouth and lips wide open? There was zero fucking need for that whatsoever. He's using thumbnails that he doesn't even need to be fucking using. You know, it's just fucking revolting what he's doing. It's fucking disgusting. I can't believe, yeah. I mean, people really that fucking fit and blind and stupid that they can't see what he's doing and they can't see how fucking wrong it is. Seriously, I'm lost for words. I am really, really lost for words. So yeah, I thought I would come on today and give my thoughts on that. Um, I really, I just felt like this video really needed to be done. Like people, more and more people need to be speaking out about this and need to be calling him out for it because what he's doing is just fucking disgusting. It really is. He's, as I said, he's pedo baiting his children. He's making his children pedo icon. You know, he's hate. Basically, that is the audience that he's hating for. He doesn't give a fuck about his fans. You know, the people that watch his videos every day. He's certainly not hating for them. You know, he's hating for pedos, child predators, and fucking perverts. And his thumbnails prove that. His thumbnails are actually solid proof of the sort of audiences that he's hating for. As I said, if you're a paedophile, a child groomer, or a pervert, then you're very well hated for on his channel. You know, I think we can all see that. We can all see that if you're a pervert, child predator, or a fucking nonce, then you are very well hated for on that channel. You know, if you're a nonce, you're well hated for. If you're a child predator, you're well hated for. If you're a pervert, you're well hated for. You have no worries there. That's all I'm gonna say. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you for another one. Well, maybe in a little while. I was thinking about doing another video today. Actually, I'm thinking I might do this one tonight, that one tonight. Maybe in an hour or so. Once I've got this video uploaded and everything, I may do another video. I was thinking about it earlier. I can't remember what I said what it was about now. But it will, and I'm sure it will come back to me. But yeah, if it comes back to me, I'll think I'll do the video on it. But it's not completely out of my mind. I think it might have been about GTA. I think it might have been a video I was planning to do. I think I was planning on doing a video talking about GTA 6. I think it was. I think that's what it was about. I think I was planning to do a video about GTA 6 today. That was something I've been, thinking about doing on and off. But yeah, I'll see you for that video later on. Bye bye.